Hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial that will show you how to create a smart material and customize them using the new Quixel Suite 2.0. We're going to texture two pieces, the lion statue and the stand. Then we're going to customize them using the new painting feature of Suite. We'll also have a brief overview of the new rendering system to present our final work. In order to make the next steps clearer, I want to do a little overview about the smart materials that we are going to create. We want to use a dark base color. Then, we're going to add some discoloration and recreate this layer with these paint stains. We also want to add some dirt into the cavities and over the edges. In the end, we'll add a grass layer. Let's set up the project so that we can get started. First of all, we need to load the model and the maps. You can load them manually, or you can use the load input button to load all maps automatically. I'm going to load them manually. As you can see, we have a mesh group dropdown. This is because DDO recognized two different mesh groups in the object file that I've loaded. I'm going to load all the inputs for each one. Thanks to the new 3D GPU Baker, we just need to load two maps. Our normal map and our ambient occlusion map. You can switch between mesh groups by clicking here. We want to flag back in 3D. In this way, 3D will bake all three maps for us. I'm going to leave the resolution of the project to 4K. And I'll leave the export target to toolbag 2. Then, click on Create. Okay, I've just opened 3D, and we want to display only the lion. Then, we want to start creating the base layer. Click on the material icon to open the library. As you can see, the new version of Suite has introduced some new materials. We want to use the concrete set. Click on concrete, then click on create. Now I'm going to change the base color of the material. Click on reflectance. As I've said before, we want to choose a dark color for the base layer. Something like that. We're going now to create some discoloration. Click on Add Material, Concrete, and Create. We want to choose a light gray color, and we want to apply a Dynamask at this time. Click here, and click on Yes. Now you can choose from a different selection of masks. We want to choose large miscoloration. You can check the Show Dynamask flag to see only the applied Dynamask. Click on Accept Mask. Now I'm going to add a new layer to put emphasis on our paint stains, and to add a strong effect to the concrete texture. Click on Reflectance, choose a dark gray color, hit OK, edit mask, and yes. Always try different Dynamasks in order to choose what best fits for your purpose. In this case, I will choose Big Tarnish. You can play with the Dynamask parameters in order to get better results. From here, we'll edit the post-process options. We'll turn on the mask, and we want to increase the tightness. We also want to increase the contrast. This will give us a smoother Dynamask. Alright, we're done with the Dynamask. We want to put the blend mode to multiply. Regulate our texture intensity. And decrease the opacity. Now we want to put some dirt into the cavities and over the edges. We are going to create 3 different layers. The first layer will fill the cavity. Add material, concrete, clean, and create. Let's hit edit mask and then yes. We'll show our mask, or you can just press the M key to show the mask. We want to choose that one. Accept mask. We'll set our opacity to 50. Okay, to make the process quicker, you can just duplicate the function to create a copy of the material layer. Then we only have to change the Dynamask. Now we want to add a further cavity layer with a slightly different mask. Let's hit show mask. Select sand. Decrease the ambient occlusion. And accept the mask. Let's right click and duplicate. To finish, we are going to add a dirt layer on the edges. We also want to change the color. Choose Acid Large. We'll show the mask again. Now we want to increase the ambient occlusion value. Let's set the opacity to 70. Perfect. To complete the job, we are going to add a grassy layer. Let's add material. Grass. Let's decrease the scale. And then edit the Dynamask. We'll choose line edge scratches. That's perfect. Let's accept the mask. And there we go. Before we proceed, I just want to make a few adjustments. First, I want a darker color for the base layer. Then, I want to reduce the effect of the Dynamask on the second layer. Alright, that's perfect. Let's accept the mask. Okay, we are ready to export the smart material. Click on Save Smart Material, and we'll save it here. Now I'm going to import the new material on the stand mesh. Okay, we're ready to use the smart material that we've just created. Click on the smart material icon. Here you will find the smart material we've just created on the custom materials folder. That's great. We have the smart material applied to the stand mesh. I'll show you now how to use the new painting tool in 3DO. We want to add some paint stains on the mesh. Click on Add Material, Concrete Rough, and Create. Then click on Dynamask and hit Yes. Click on the black to clear the Dynamask. You can set the brush by clicking here. As you can see, Quixel provides a huge set of brushes. To start, we want to choose this one. You have a few options to customize the brush, just like in Photoshop. Set the opacity, and set the color. You can press the B key plus right mouse button to increase or decrease the size of the brush. To increase or decrease the opacity, press B followed by left mouse button or right mouse button. You can also rotate the brush by holding the B key and left mouse button. Before you start, you can turn on the paint history. Due to performance reasons, the history has been disabled by default. I suggest you leave this very low. Let's get to some painting. We'll start off by adding some dirt. Remember, black mask means no painting, so you need to have the brush color set to white. It is useful to check the mask during the painting. We want to fix that. Click on Fix Seams. You can set the eraser to remove the areas you don't want. Now we want to add some paint stains. Click on the brush mesh, drops, and select this one. We'll increase the brush size and apply. Let's try another one. Rotate the brush and apply. Select the brush we previously used. Decrease the size. and we'll use the eraser to fix that one. Okay, we're pretty happy with that. Let's render and see how it looks. First of all, we want to position the mesh. We also want to play with the light. Alright, that's fine. In the camera options, you can save the camera position by clicking on the save button. You can also add a new camera if you want, and delete the camera you don't need anymore. For the skylight, I want to use this one. You can regulate the light intensity with this slider. The post-process dropdown will allow us to choose a pre-made post-process preset. Instead of using one of these, I'm going to create a new one by clicking here. Just type the name you want. Be sure that these two options are enabled. Enable sharpness. It will give the image a sharper effect. We also want to enable screen space ambient occlusion. You can play with the intensity slider here to increase or decrease the effect. Let's enable the simulated physical camera. You can play with the optical vignette sliders. Enable contrast and saturation, and play a bit with the sliders to increase or decrease the effect. And there we are. This is our final render. You just have to click here and set your preferred resolution, and then click render. And that's it. I hope you learned something. See you next time.